Good morning, HAA suppliers. I'm Amanda Sherban with the Houston Apartment Association. I think most of you are still trying to get situated with your mic and your video. Just understand that you don't have to have that on. This is just more for you to just sit and watch. Of course, if you've got some questions, please just shout it out or unmute yourself. It's going to be very informal. I'm going to go through the whole program. I'm going to answer any questions you have about where you can find things on the program, what to look for as far as what your company is looking to do for your company and what your marketing campaign is. So we're going to go through all of that together. I see some of you on there and some of you do have your cameras on. I appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and get started because I really want to keep this under 30 minutes so that you guys can go about your day, and then also so that you can go ahead and prepare and plan for Tuesday's auction. So hopefully you received my my materials that I sent out this morning. It's got the program, it's got some tips on there, and we're just going to go through that together really quickly. So today we've got the auction, the 101, which is going to be about 30 minutes. And then on Monday is when our drawings are going to close. And I'll talk about what those drawings are here in just a second. But then on Tuesday is when the actual online auction is going to take place between 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. using the 32 auctions platform. It's a fun platform. We've used it several times. We haven't had any issues so far with it. It's very user-friendly. Like I said, it's very similar to eBay. So if you've ever bought something on eBay where you've actually had to bid, you can do that. There might be some buy now items on there as well. But we're going to go through all of that, and let's get started. So some of the things you'll see in the auction program guide is, and let me scroll down real quick just to show you, the full program is starting on, I think, like the 5th page. So anything that's on here, you will see that is going to be up for sale. We kind of broke it up by department or by maybe the class. So you'll see, for instance, our HAA Next professional development sessions are grouped together. We've got Maintenance Mania, which is, we are very excited that's coming back this year. We haven't done it in a while since the pandemic. We've got lots of Maintenance Mania items on there. So if you've got if you're trying to hit those maintenance supervisors, that's really a good event for you to try to bid on. We've got our ACES luncheons on here. The ACES luncheons are exclusive to only management people, and suppliers are the sponsors are the only suppliers that are able to attend. It's not what we call a general meeting. General meetings mainly mean the event is open to all members. ACES luncheons are exclusive to that higher level executive and supervisor level. So if you're looking to get in front of that group, that's a very good luncheon for you to try to purchase. We've got our, it's a ACES golf workshop, which we did a golf workshop last year. This was more for our members that are kind of intimidated by golf, or they feel like they're not good enough to play golf. We held a workshop that was super successful. So we brought that back, but that is also now an ACES item this year, which means that only management and executives can actually attend the workshop, and the sponsors are the ones that are able to go. That's how they're able to attend the event. Then we've got on here volleyball, which is also coming back. We're excited about. We've got Top Golf, which is super fun. We've got our expo and education conference up here, and we've also got honors. We've got tons of education courses and meetings. So let's start back at the top where I'm going to talk about the terms. So when you're looking at this grid, you'll see up here that it's got the category, which is kind of, is it a meeting and event? Is it an education course? Is it a general meeting, etc.? You've got the date, and keep in mind that that date is, we do have it set tentatively because of the pandemic. Sometimes we have to move those dates. Hopefully that has slowed down a lot. So hopefully that won't change, but as soon as we change something, we will let the sponsor know if that date has changed. But also make sure that when you purchase that item, you're actually going to be in town and you'll be available to attend that event, or someone from your team will be able to attend. Then you'll see, of course, the event name. You'll see the event name, and then you'll see the approximate number of attendees. This is what historically we have seen as far as participation goes with that actual event. So for instance, we're looking at this February 4th HAA Next virtual professional development session. That's between 50 and 60 people. And then in the next column, it'll say who is attending. Out of those 50 and 60 people, who are going to be in attendance. So young professionals, meaning both suppliers and management people. And then you'll see the little smaller columns with all the X's. The X's actually means a check. So that means that will come with your sponsorship if you purchased it. So for that top HAA Next virtual professional development session, you'll see pre-event publicity, which means we will put your company logo or your company name in all of the promotions that we put out when we're trying to get people to register for this particular event. Are you going to have signage at your event? Is there going to be an opportunity for us to read a commercial from you, or if there's a video spot that we could actually do for you? Product placement. Can you bring promotional items? Can you bring your pop-up banner stands? Do you want to have people stationed at the entrance? That type of thing with your company shirts and that type of thing. You'll be able to that you can see if that will come with your event. The number of admissions is also very important. How many people do you get with the sponsorship to attend? Most of our events, it does come with free attendance, probably 2 or more. But if you always need more, you can always purchase more. That's not a problem, but you do get those comped. And then you'll see if you've got post-event photos. Is this particular event going to be photographed, where you will also get some exposure post-event, and we'll have your company name mentioned, and then of course your photo in there, acknowledging you as the sponsor. And then attendance list is a huge thing. Do you want to get that attendance list of every single person with their contact information? You'll be able to tell if that particular event comes with attendance or not. I can tell you for a hint, most of our education classes, PAC meetings, board meetings, that type of thing, if they're an actual meeting, you'll get the attendance list. If it's a volleyball tournament or a golf tournament, sometimes we won't provide that. Then you'll see the number of sponsors. Are you the exclusive sponsor to this particular event or meeting, or are you going to share it with someone else? So that's something to keep in mind as well. And then of course, this says the amount on here, but you'll see that the reason why the HAA Next virtual event, it is highlighted in blue, and you'll notice that several items are highlighted in blue. What that means is it is a drawing item, and that drawing item means that it is a preset amount, which means you don't have to battle over how high you want to bid for something. So for the HAA Next breakfast or the professional development session, it is $400. There's no bidding on that. What's going to happen is you're going to fill out a form. If you are interested in bidding or purchasing that particular item, we'll take everybody's bids, we'll take everybody's entry forms, and we will randomly draw the company that will win that particular item for that amount. So again, there's not a bidding war. We typically hold these auctions in person, but of course, we had to do this one online. At the actual auction, you'll see that we have actual boxes for each event. We'll give you a card for you to fill out. You drop it in the box. We will draw it right before the live auction begins. So this is very similar to how we do it in the live version. So we'll have a team of people here on Monday. They will, at noon, we will put all of the drawing entries together. We'll put everybody accordingly to what they wanted to bid on, and we'll draw. And if you win, you win. Those items I will let you know if you've won. I will let you know on Monday afternoon. So you'll know how much money you have spent or not spent if you didn't win before the actual live auction or the online auction starts. And then of course there's a note there which kind of tells you what that particular event is about. Again, these are broken out into kind of departments. So you'll see a brief description before each one, or before each group. And so it can kind of give you a general idea of what that particular event is all about. If you have questions about any of those afterwards, just call me or email me about something specific on this program, and then I'll be happy to help you out. So all of these items are up for sale. So the program is pretty straightforward. I can tell you what you want to do. If you're trying to figure out what you want to purchase, you're probably going to have to figure out, first of all, what your budget is, of course, right? That's number one. The other thing is, for instance, if you've got this, you are interested in doing this HAA Next virtual professional development session $400 is the amount. You are sharing that with someone, but if you do the math, sorry, I'll put away, I'm not good at math at all, so y'all excuse me. But if you've got $400 as your spend, of course, and you're going to divide that by 50 people, that's $8 a head. So if you're trying to figure out what exactly your threshold is, that's a good way for you to be able to tell what you can spend and what makes sense for you and your company. So you'll see that some events have up to 500 people. Maintenance Mania, I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but that one is a huge event that has maintenance people, and it has their managers and their supervisors attending because they're watching this particular event. ACES luncheons typically go for a little bit more because of the quality of the person and the exclusivity that you get with that particular event. So for an ACES luncheon, if they could go for $1,000, $2,000, but if it's $1,000 and you're dividing that by, let's just say 40 people, that's $25 a head, but that's an executive level person. So are you willing to pay that and pay a little bit more for what you're getting? That's totally up to you. Again, we've got a bunch of other items on here: volleyball tournament, the Topgolf board of directors meeting. That is a drawing item. So those are going to be pre-sold on Monday, like I said. And then you'll notice Expo. I do have to notice that I do have to point out that anything that's Expo or education conference related, you do have to be an exhibitor to be able to purchase a sponsorship for that. So if you don't have a booth yet, we do have some available still. Just email me and I'll send you the forms and the map of what we've got available. So before you purchase that, reach out to me and let me know if you want to get a booth because you want to sponsor one of those items. And then the honors awards, that one's a huge one. We have over 1,000 people that attend that event. It's an awards dinner. We do it in June. We're doing it at the Hilton Americas this year. And that is a great way for you to gain exposure because you're not only on stage and you're congratulating the winners, but you're also in the back after the winners get their award and they're all excited. Their whole team comes back and you're able to get a photo with them with the backdrop with your logo in the back. And then all of those photos get published in the Abode magazine post-event. So that's a lot of fun. Let me go back up to real quick on the Maintenance Mania. That you'll notice that there are several different competitions. So what Maintenance Mania is it is a awesome event for our maintenance techs to get and supervisors to get out and compete in a fun way on who is the quickest to change out a faucet, who is the quickest to change out an ice maker, or who can change a lock. You'll see carbon monoxide safety installation, key control, faucet installation. You'll see all those things on there. They're all different events and they're all exclusive to you. Although the event is hosted by HD Supply, we do have a lot of maintenance related companies that like to bid on this. And if you're not really technically, that's not really your market as maintenance techs, keep in mind, again, the supervisors and managers that's heavily, about half of them are management people because they're there cheering their guys on. They get all dressed up and they've got bells and whistles and boas and they make it a lot of fun because they want their maintenance person to win. So, and just to tell you how that whole event works, if you've never been, we score everybody who's the fastest. We give prizes to the fastest for each event, and then we give the top people that are overall, and whoever is the top producer will get to go to NAA for free to compete in the nation. So it's really exciting. If you don't get to a bid on that, I would highly attend you at least attend it because it's super fun. I'm going to take a break right here and ask if there are any questions from you guys as far as any of the events or the program itself and how it's set up.
Hey, Amanda, are we not drawing for the holes, the golf tournament holes?
The golf tournament. So we do this auction twice a year. That's a good question, Preston. This one we only have for the first half of 2022. The golf tournament is not until the fall. So we'll have another sponsorship auction. It will be in person. I am determined. It will be in person. And so that all those events that were for the first half of the year and the first part of 2023 will be up for sale in the June auction. So yes, I know that you love golf. So, but there's Topgolf on there if you want that. And then of course the ACES workshop. That's always there's a hole there too. Any other questions on the program in general?
Yeah, Amanda, quick question. On the highlighted blue areas, you would need that form prior to Monday?
Correct. Yes, I'm going to, if you guys don't have questions on the events, I can go in to tell you how the drawings will work. So you will fill out this form and you will let me know, like, for instance, if you are interested in that particular event. I also sent you, I think, the drawing lots with the lot number on it. So that was, I think, part of my materials that I sent you guys. All of these items are the one in the on the drawing list are listed here. These are the ones that will be pre-sold through Monday at noon. So if you are interested in the ACES Golf Workshop Essentials bag sponsor, what you're going to do is fill out this drawing form with your company name, all of your information, put the lot number, put the event description, the amount, and then you'll see this little column here that says that you check it if you only want one. Let me tell you what sometimes happens. So if we've got an event where, actually, let me do this. I'm going to show you a sample. Someone sent me, there's some events that are all the same. For instance, we've got lots of pack luncheons on here. You'll notice we've got one in February, we've got in March, we've got in April, we've got in May, pretty much every month, because usually when it's a election year, we usually have at least one meeting a month. So if you want to purchase a pack item, or I'm going to use this person's example, she wants a crime prevention roundtable, but she only wants 2. So what she's doing is she's telling me that she wants to bid on all of them. She wants to go in each box, have a try for each time. She's telling me which ones she wants, what the amount is, but she only wants 2 of those items. So if she happens to get the third one, I'm going to put her name back in the drawing box and give someone else the opportunity to bid. If she doesn't win any of them, she doesn't win anything. But if you're interested in something like pack, there's Blue Star on there that is, we've got a couple of those. We've got some legal lowdowns webinars that are on there. There's some CAM courses. So if you are interested in something that has multiple, but you don't want all of them, go ahead and let me know if you only want one or how many ever you want. So just to kind of keep it fair, but just to let you know, if you don't let me know that you only want 1 or 2 or whatever, if you win all 4 of them, you get all 4 of them and all sales are final. So keep that in mind. Then let me go back to the grid. Here, all of these items that are on the program that are highlighted in blue, those will not be for sale unless we don't sell it on Monday. If we do, we'll put it on the online auction when it goes live. So let me tell you a little bit about some of the auction terms. So I kind of went through, oops, I already went through that. Some of the descriptions and event terms, ACES, you'll see that acronym in here because there are several ACES events that are for sale, luncheons, including the workshop. Again, that is exclusive to only management people. So you are you're the only supplier that's in the room getting the attention. The HAA Political Action Committee, that is our, it's a committee of our members that help with selecting candidates that are running for office, and they are trying to compete to see if HAA wants to endorse them, right? So if you're interested in attending that, our management executives and hire the ones that are involved with those luncheons. I mean, on the side, even if you don't sponsor it, I highly recommend you check it out because that's where a lot of decision makers are. By the way, we do have our first meeting is on January the 10th, which is Monday. That is open for a sponsorship. I think it's $350. It is virtual. If you're interested in purchasing it, let me know now. Because it's tomorrow, or because it's Monday, I can't sell it on Tuesday, if that makes sense. Blue Star Certification Program, that is a great program that we partner with the Houston Police Department. Their goal is to educate our property managers and try to get their properties certified for safety reasons. So for instance, it's a full day class. They'll talk about, the Houston Police Department will talk about how to keep your lighting secure, your gates, your landscaping, how to make sure that people can't hide behind there, make sure there's adequate lighting, fire alarm systems, all of those things that a property would need to be considered a safe property by the Houston Police Department. That is something that a lot of them do. We usually get about 30 to 40 property managers. It's all managers. Like I said, it's a full day course. So on your courses, And this goes for anything. It could be a CAM class, it could be a seminar. If you don't have to stay the whole day, if you want to come in at the beginning of the day, do your pitch and say hello to everybody, and then you can go ahead and leave. You don't have to stay. For a volleyball tournament, of course, you want to stay because you want to be out there and network, but there's not really networking going on during class. So there's no reason for you to sit in. I think if you want to sit in, if you're curious, you're more than welcome to do that and spend 8 hours with property managers learning about property safety, or whatever course it is that they're reading about. The CAM course. So these are our credential courses. You'll see CAM, CAM-T, CAPS. We've got, oops, somebody's trying to get in, I'm sorry. We've got, those are credential courses where our property management professionals are trying to get a designation. That's kind of up, it educates them, it uplifts their, it helps out their resume, of course. And then of course that knowledge is very beneficial to their career. So it means they are committed to their career and they're serious. They're probably a decision maker. So if you want to get in front of the property managers, CAM is a good one. You will notice that there are several. So what I can tell you is that they are all, and when you see a CAM course, they're all the same students. It's 8 modules that they go through. So if you want a CAM course, don't buy 2 or 3 unless you want, but you just need at least one. But just know that if you do want a second one, with the second time you come to class, it's going to be the same group of students. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about a credential course, because there's more than one, but they're all the same students. Then we've got our general meetings. I think I mentioned that. That means that anybody can come to the event. You're not, we're not going to keep out your competitors for that type of meeting. Sometimes too, like for an ACES luncheon where I said that it was an exclusive event, sometimes this other sponsor might be your competitor. Keep that in mind. We're not going to turn someone away and say, you can't sponsor because y'all are competitors. So just know that that could happen. Doesn't happen very often, but it could. The HAA Next, that is our young professionals group within HAA. We kind of loosely say it's for members that are 39 and under, but if someone self-identifies as a young professional, we're not going to kick them out. So just keep that in mind when you're seeing those HAA Next. That's your up-and-comers that you're trying to get in front of. And those are both suppliers and management people. The IROC, this is really good if you want to deal directly with your owner, with the owner of the property. For instance, if you're an insurance adjuster, if you are doing property claims, or if you're doing, if you've got a valet trash service where the owner is the one that has to actually make that decision for his portfolio, you probably want to take a look at those IROC courses. The independent rental owners are the ones that own their property right out. They don't have a management firm in place. There's not a third-party firm. So they are the ones that are dealing directly with, you're dealing directly with them. So they usually meet about once a quarter for breakfast, where they'll talk about timely topics, different things that we've got. I think we're talking about the new updated lease coming up soon, but topics that they really need to know for their hands-on experience and education. So there's also a course that they take, which is a credential. That's a 3-day course. I believe that is on the auction block. Again, only do one of those if it's an actual course, unless you want all 3 days. That's totally up to you. Go-getters meetings. Those are our meetings that for our volunteers who recruit new members to the association. They're fun happy hours that we like to do probably once a quarter. You'll see those on the auction block as well. The NALP, and my apologies, but the NALP is now CALP, which is the Certified Apartment Leasing Professional. That's the other designation. That is your leasing professional designation. So if you're maybe a moving company, or you're a renter's insurance company, where the leasing consultant is the one that needs to push your product out to the residents, you want to get in front of those people. And then PSE, you'll see HAA uses lots of acronyms, as you can see. Those are all, this is just a snapshot of the ones that we use. But PSE means Product Service Council. That is basically a council of members that have been around for quite some time, and they look out for you guys. They look out for the supplier membership as a whole. They help educate you guys. They help you with meeting other new members. They help you network. So when you see a PSC acronym, or you or introduced to a PSC member, talk to them, get some information from them. They're good mentors for you. There's about a good 35 of them in the HAA, and they're a wealth of knowledge. So that's just a little tidbit that I like to throw in. Now, frequently asked questions. So I'm going to pretty much show you I think you have a good overview of how the auction works, and you can kind of go through this for yourself. But I explained what the drawings were. Hopefully you guys understand what that means. When we do a live auction, we do allow proxy bidding. So if for some reason you can't attend the live event, you can always let me know, and I will have you fill out a form, and we'll have a HA board member do your bidding for you. You just fill out a form, tell them what event you want to purchase, tell them what the max amount that you want to bid for that item, and they'll do it for you. HAF, you'll see this as our Houston Apartment Foundation. That is our nonprofit side of HAA. They're the ones that take care of all, they own our building. They're actually considered a school, and they do all of our education classes and courses. So they're the ones that take care of that. So if you see that acronym, you know what that is. What do you get for your money? I kind of was explaining that to you, what each item was, each column is in your in the program. So you'll be able to see what comes with it and what doesn't, how many people you get, how much do events cost? That is a really good question. The reason why we like to do this in an auction format is because we like for the supplier to tell us what you think the event is worth. So you'll see a lot of associations that will do tiered bidding or tiered prices, where they'll do platinum and gold and silver and all these things. And these are the packages you get. And it's sometimes first come, first serve, or first right of refusal. And that's not totally fair. And that's great for the organizations where it is fair. But for us, we like to do it every year, give everybody a chance to get in front of people, give everybody the opportunity for that exposure. And you tell us what you think that amount is for. I can tell you this, if you're doing the online auction, we've done this. This is going to be our 4th time. There's some really good deals on the online auction because there's not that live back and forth banter going on with the highest bidders. So I highly intend that you go ahead and do it, because you might get a good steal. But I do have a hint for you too. I'm going to send you a link here shortly, and it's going to be to our auction, our online auction link. It will have on there what items has sold for in the past. I've got 2021, 2020, 2019. So you can go in and see what things sold for and who bought it, like what type of company bought it. So if I'll send you that after this meeting is over, so you can kind of take a look at it. And then what happens after the event? You do not have to pay anything. At the moment, I'll send you an invoice. You'll be invoiced 60 days before the actual event takes place, and then you'll have 30 days to pay. So we usually want you to pay 30 days prior, because we've already started promoting you. We've already put you in the magazine. We've already started that. So we kind of would need you to pay at least 30 days before the event takes place. You'll notice that there are some events that are happening within the next 30 days. So you'll be billed right away, and then just process it and turn it in as soon as you can, just before the actual event takes place. And you'll get a reminder probably from the coordinator that's handling your event. So what will happen, speaking of coordinators, is I do the selling of the actual events. Then once you guys buy it, I'll send you a confirmation, or you'll get a confirmation from 32 Auctions. And then the event coordinator for your event will reach out to you about 2 weeks to a month, depending on how big, how much detailed is involved with the event, to let you know time, place, how many people are coming, where to be, where to go, all the good stuff, and answer all of your questions. So, but if you have any questions before that, like you bought something in June and it's not coming up yet and you haven't heard from us, feel free to reach out. We'll be happy to do that for you and get you well prepared and on your way. So I'm also I attached a little sheet that says how to make the most of your sponsorship. So these are just some ideas for you to kind of review to take advantage of that highlight. I mean, you have a minute, up to 2 minutes, up to 5 minutes. It depends on what you get, but make the most out of it. Try to do something that's creative, something memorable. Definitely try to bring promos. We highly recommend you do door prizes if you want. Just something really special that they'll be able to remember you afterwards. So I'm going to try to run through all of this. I'm so sorry. I'm going to show you the actual platform now so that you can see it. Let me do a different share for you so you can see. Here's a sample of what the auction looks like, what the platform looks like. I'm going to move you guys over here. So this is what it looks like. You're going to get a link on how this will to get entered into the actual auction itself. When I send you the link, you're going to see this big bold yellow message that says that you need to request access to participate. Everybody has to be a member in order to purchase the sponsorship. So we have to make sure that you are actually a full member before you grant that access. So just send me, just click submit request, and then an administrator will come in and approve it, and then you'll be able to see all of the items that you can bid on. So see, remember I mentioned that some of these were drawings. They will be up here for now, up and through Monday. Everything that's got an asterisk or that's highlighted blue will disappear on Monday at noon. So this is just here for your informational purposes, but the rest of these, like your Aces Golf, if you're interested in that, what you'll do is you'll click on it, and then you will be able to, and you won't see these ads on the real one. This is just a demo, but it will tell you everything that you are able to, oops, hold on. I'm not approved yet. Sorry, guys. Yes, here we go. All right. So now I am able to bid on this particular item, but what I want to explain to you is that please note that there are sometimes two sponsors for a particular event. For instance, the Aces Golf Workshop, I have a beverage station 1 and I have a beverage station 2. If you're interested in a beverage station, please keep an eye on both of those items so that you don't have to overpay. So if you're bidding on one and you see that it's going a little bit higher, go ahead and bid on number 2. That way you can, we'll notice sometimes that some people will have a different amount by the time the auction is over, but sometimes people don't realize that there's another one that's going on too. So make sure that you keep an eye on both of them. If you're interested in them, once you log in, go ahead and favorite them. That way you want to, I don't know why I'm not getting access here. Sorry. Oh, I see. So keep that in mind whenever you're doing that. So one other little tip I will give you, if you're trying to bid on something and you want to do a proxy bid, you can do that. So see here that this bidding, you can say it's going to start at $500 and then the increments are 100. So if I want to go ahead and enter my $500, I can do that. If I want to proxy bid, what that means is I don't want to sit here and watch this particular item all day or for the whole hour. I am willing to spend $800 on this, right? So go ahead and type in your max amount for that one, put proxy bid, and the system will automatically bid for you up until that max amount happens. Once you hit that max amount, it will notify you via email to see if you want to continue your bid. So go through it first thing in the morning when I send you the link, and star all of the ones that you want, and then go ahead and start putting your proxy bids in right as soon as the auction opens. That way you can keep up with those. And there's a lot of items on here. There's a lot of things that you can bid on. So it's going to be hectic, but hopefully we'll get it done within that hour. The last thing I want to point out is that if for some reason, because it's going from 9:30 to 10:30, if for some reason there is someone that bids at the very last second, and there's two or three people going on, the bid will extend for another 3 minutes. So it will give kind of like in a live auction where it will say going once, going twice. That's kind of what it's doing. So it's getting that maximum bid right at 10:30. If someone's bid and then someone else bids immediately, the bid will continue until someone has stopped bidding after 3 minutes. So it will go on and on, I think, for another good 30 minutes up to. And by that time, and that hasn't happened yet, but just FYI, by that time, the auction will go ahead and shut down and the last person to get it will win. So I know that's a lot of information. It's very, I promise you, it's really very easy. Please don't be intimidated. I'm here for you if you have any questions after this session is over. I'm 4 minutes over. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to send you the link to the auction right now so that we can go ahead and get registered. Let me know if you have trouble, just email me and we'll get you all set up. So if you are interested in those drawing items, take a look at the form, at the drawing bids that are that are available. Make sure you email that to me by Monday, no later than noon. And then I will notify you if you've won anything before the end of the day on Monday. So you'll know how much you've spent by the time the online auction starts on Tuesday at 9:30. Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints?
Hey, Amanda, quick question on the proxy. If you have this open proxy for a line and there's a bidding going on, what's the incremental, jump to the next one?
Yeah, each item will tell you in advance. It'll say what the starting bid is and what the increments are. So it's either 50 or 100. That's usually what we have it at, depending on how high that what the amount normally goes for. So any other questions? That was a good question, Steve. Any other questions?
Yeah, this is Yvonda. I'm sorry.
Hey, Yvonda.
The form that we fill out, we fill out that for the auction and for the set price amounts. We got to fill out for both and turn it in by January the 10th.
No, ma'am. Just for the drawing items, you're just going to do the ones that are at set amounts. Those are the ones that are in blue. And then the other ones will be online using the platform on Tuesday.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Any other questions? Hey, Randy. Okay. Well, if you guys don't have questions, you might have questions later.
Amanda.
Hey, so if you have any questions, just let me know. Like I said, I'm here. I will be here all the way through Monday to help you out through with whatever questions you might have. So have a good day, enjoy it, and I will see you online on Tuesday.